Hello, hello, and welcome to my Pick 3 at a Glance family and viewers. Welcome here today, October the 3rd, 2022. This is my tutorial for my Pick 3 at a Glance system. And this Pick 3 at a Glance system works off the law of average. It's a strategy where I'm thinking outside of the box. And by doing that, you don't have to worry about using any date sums, no grids, no tic-tac-toes, no multiple different rundowns. The reason being, you're looking at the actual 1,000 numbers. And the way I accomplish that is I take 22 numbers, and the only rundown that I use is the 1-1 rundown. I take those 22 numbers, I do the 1-1 rundown on them, and with that 1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers, you have all 1,000 numbers with their different combinations at a glance. That's why I call it the Pick 3 at a glance. Okay? And with this tutorial, I always take the number that fell the day before, which is October the 2nd, 2022. And that number is 744. Okay? So, and this is state specific for Missouri evening draws. This is the best way that I can show everybody the system and help us all be better players. All right, so what we have here is what we have here is the 744 that fell on October 2nd, 2022. And what I like to do, I like to show when the last time this number fell straight, so you get an idea how these numbers rotate and how long it takes for them to come back. The last time the number fell was April 20, midday evening draw, 2020. All right, so 2 years plus. So these numbers, all 1,000, will take 3 to 4 years to rotate out. That's why you have to have a tracking system to figure out, to know how long these numbers take to actual come out. And you're dealing with reality instead of dealing with trying to hit a number the next day. The system's not set up for you to win, it's set up for you to lose. And the way you're going to lose is by not knowing why you're playing your numbers. If you don't know why you're playing your numbers, don't play them. And the only way I see, and it worked for me, that I was able to start tracking down the actual 1,000 numbers instead of looking at books, tic-tac-toes, date sums, and everything else. This is out of the norm of everything else. That's usually how change happens. I'm sorry. But if you're not tracking the actual numbers, how you know where you're playing the number? If you're not tracking the actual numbers, how you know how you missed the number? All you get with the other just tools alone is guesswork. This here, you have the actual 1,000 numbers to look at any time to see how it works off of 22 columns. Okay, so now what we have here, the 744, I'm looking to see where it is off of those 22 numbers off of the 22 columns. This is a double. A double has two like numbers in it. All right? And they, by the law of average, can come three different ways. And double can come 744, 474, and 447. Okay? And that's part of the rotation system. By the law of average, those numbers have to change places. And you can see how many times and how they're changing for you to be able to make a common sense decision on being a better Pick 3 lottery player. This system is the only one that you can actually track the actual numbers. Pick 4 got 10,000 numbers. Guesswork. Everything over this is not doable and teachable. Pick 3 is doable and teachable. I can teach you this in 30 minutes. And once you get it, you can teach somebody in 30 minutes. Everything is in numerical order with my system. I use the KISS effect. keep it simple, keep it super simple. That's what I call it. The KISS effect with me is keep it super simple. I know what they say, but I don't like that term. I'm a positive thinking person. So my KISS effects is keep it super simple. All right. Now, so we're gonna do the 1-1 rundown on these numbers here. All you're gonna do is add 1 to the 744 that came in to each one of the numbers and count down. This 1-1-1 rundown is the most effective rundown there is to me, because it puts everything in numerical order and keeps everything simple and consistent. So if we take the 1 and add it to the 7, you get 8. Add 1 to the 8, you get 9. Add 1 to the 9, you're going to get 10. You don't use the 1, you use the 0 alone. And then you just go straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. 7 at the top, 7 at the bottom. Same here with the 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When you get to the 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same number at the top, same number bottom. Same here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Simplicity. Can't get no easier than that. Now we want to find out where this 744 is in the 22 columns with the rundown, with the 1-1 rundown. And here are the numbers that make up the 22 numbers that makes up the 1,000 numbers. And each one of these numbers represent a column. Different column for the doubles, different columns for the straights. Straights can come 6 different ways. And the base numbers that I used to create this Pick 3 at a glance sheet was 011, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, 037. All right. Then for the doubles, 001, 002, 003, 004, 005, triple zeros, 011, 022, 033, 044. So right here, we see that the base number is 003 for the double. So here's 003 is going to be on the column 3. But when you do the 1-1 rundown on this 003, the number going to show as 447. And how you found the base number was when you do the 1-1 rundown. Here it is as 300, but it's really 003 as one of the base numbers, just one of the ways that it can come. All right? So if you change these numbers around, then all the numbers are going to rotate. So that's why when this number is changed around, it came out. It's going, when you go down, you're going to find a 447. Now with these base numbers, whatever number that comes in, you do the 1-1 rundown on it. One of these base numbers will always be in that rundown. It might not be the same way like it was in here, but the number will be in that rundown in one of its 6-way combinations. Okay, and when you find that number, you just go to the base number that's the same number, but just in a different combination, and that's the column that your number is going to be in, whatever number you do the 1-1 rundown on. So we're going to go to column 3, go to the 003, and find the 447. And here we have column 3. Go here, and here's the 447. Bam. At a glance, you're done. Whole thing. All 1,000 numbers right here with 22 numbers. So how you get the 1,000 numbers? The guy asked me. He told me it was impossible, but I didn't argue with him because I can understand. I can understand where it was at, because I would have never dreamed this up myself. It was a gift. It's come on from on high to me. Because I was not a math person. Never thought about being a math student. And when it got past 1 and 1 is 2, I was through. So, for math with me. But here we go. All right. We got 1-1 rundown on all the base numbers. Now, when we do the 1-1 rundown, you got to realize you're not just looking at 10 numbers. You're looking at 60 numbers per column. You got 12 numbers. And what we have here on the columns is on the columns. Let me get this phone a minute, stop ringing. I thought I turned it off, but it must be the number that I didn't click out. It'll stop here in a minute. All right. Okay. I gotta remember to put it on silent too. That's what I'm gonna do. I thought I did, but hey. This is live and in living color, y'all, that I'm doing this, okay? These are blooper moments. All right. So, okay, we was adding up the numbers. Okay, each one of these columns represents 60 numbers. So 12 times 60 is 720. All right? Gives you 720 of the 1,000 numbers at a glance. All right? Then we have the doubles. We got 10 columns. The doubles can only come 3 ways. So that's going to be 30 numbers that you're looking at a glance. Plus the triples only come 1 way. And so that's 9 times 30 gives you 270 numbers. All right. Plus the 10 numbers for the triples is giving you 10. And the 720 and the 270 gives you 990. Plus the 10 gives you 1,000 numbers. 1 in 1,000 odds is what the game is set up to be. All at a glance, you're looking at everything you need to look at. If you don't do nothing but make this sheet is worth its weight in gold. All righty? This sheet is worth its weight in gold. So what we have here is, okay, okie dokie. So if you don't do nothing, write these 22 numbers down, do the 1-1 rundown on them, and you have all 1,000 numbers, and they come in different combinations at a glance. Now you have something to work with. You don't have to do any guesswork. Now, what it is, it works off the law of average. You can start with me today, but you can go back. This is for all states anywhere in the United States or around the world to use 1,000 numbers. You can go back to January, track all the numbers down, because this works by law of average. And as you see, the numbers that are left are the numbers that you should be looking to play. And you don't have to guess, because by law of average, those numbers are going to come out. All right? This would be, you make it a yearly sheet if you do it that way. I do a monthly sheet every month also along with the yearly sheet, so as the years progress, I can see what numbers are being eliminated over time. But with my monthly sheet, basically what I'm looking here to see what's happening every month and what column numbers might not hit off of. All right? So, say I got a column here, this 015, that didn't hit all month. I know at a glance when I hit where I'm going to get my numbers from, because by law of average in 3 months it never fall out, and it takes 3 months. This is going to show you how long it really takes these numbers to fall out, and why I'm looking for a system to find a number that's coming the next day is not set up for you like that. It's set up for you to put the fish in the pond, go fishing, and wait for them fish to bite on your hook. And your hook is going to be knowing what numbers you're playing and why you're knowing you're playing the numbers. That's going to be your hook. Other than that, everything else is guesswork. That's what's been working for me. That's all I can explain. What's been working for me. And I'm a lot better off for it. Okay. So now, at a glance, you know everything going on with all the 1,000 numbers. Okay. So now, another beautiful thing about this 1-1 rundown, again, everything's in alphabetical order. No confusion about numbers, and because you're using different rundown numbers, these numbers could be any kind of thing. But everything is in numerical order from the straights to the doubles. Another thing that's beautiful about this, in the pick 3 world, you're going to have opposite numbers of the 1,000 numbers you play, and they call them mirror numbers. Mirror or sister numbers or whatever what they call them. But they really are the opposite numbers of the 1,000 numbers. Like you have your top numbers, which are 000s to 499, which is your top numbers. And 500 to 999 is your bottom numbers, okay? So say I was playing 0, because a 0 is opposite of 5, 5 opposite 0, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1, 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. So if I was playing 0, 1, 2, and 5, 6, 7 came in, they just played my opposite number. All right? If I was playing 7, 8, 9, and 2, 3, 4 came in, they just played my top number. All right? And the same principle is here in this system here. Say the 0, 1, 2. If you had these columns didn't fall in 3 months, all right? And 0, 1, 2 didn't come in, and the 5, 6, 7 didn't come in, and they're the opposite of each other, I'm definitely playing these two numbers, because they're the opposite of each other. By law of average, one of them going to come in if they hadn't came in 3 months or 4 months or 5 months. As you check the columns, you at a glance you can see all the mirrors. This 1, 2, 3, opposite of 6, 7, 8. This 2, 3, 4, the opposite of 7, 8, 9. Remember the top and bottom numbers? Everything in numerical order at a glance. Numerical order. You don't have to do no guesswork. None. Any. Zip. Zam. Done. Okay? So that's pretty much. And then again here, let me show you something. Out of these 1,000 numbers, you got 1,000 numbers. You got 365 days in a year. If they played a different number every day, 365 days of the year, you still going to have 635 numbers you ain't going to even touch. See how trying to hit these numbers the next day going to burn up all your money? Because you still, even if they play a different number every day, you still going to have 365 numbers you ain't going to even touch. Every year. Every year. Here's again. Let me say it again. 1,000 numbers. 365 days in a year. A different number every day. You still going to have 635 numbers that you ain't going to even touch. So how in the world can you guess a number if you're not looking at all the actual numbers and seeing what they're doing? It ain't happening. And my thing, we got to get real if we're going to hit and win. Because all numbers rotate from midday and evening different. All numbers rotate from state to state different. Numbers don't roll from state to state on their own. Just because a number play in Chicago don't mean it's going to play in St. Louis unless I didn't track it down and see why it would play in St. Louis. And the only way you're going to know that is checking these columns and checking the mirrors of opposite numbers. And then I got other tools that I added on to here to complete this system. That's all simple. I keep dealing with the KISS effect. Keep it super simple. Keep it super simple. Okay? And they all at a glance. So that's pretty much on that. I'm going to go to the other systems. That's simple and common sense solution. But that there is more money Terry's baby. That's my creation. That started everything. It also put me together with tracking. This is, well, system 2 here. All right. And what it is, strategy 2, like the 744 that came in. Let me mark this off. 744. All right. I'm going to mark off. This only have 2 different numbers. On pairs, you got 2 different numbers. So I'll mark off the 47 and the 77. All right. If I got 3 different numbers, say like the 3 different numbers, like 1, 2, 3. I'll mark off the 12, the 13, and the 23. And if a triple come in, whatever that triple is, I don't have triples on here. If it's triple twos, I'll just circle the twos to represent the triple that came in. With this system here, you can pair any number of the 1,000 numbers that come in. You'll be able to find the pair. So whatever pair I don't mark off at the end of the month, which is a monthly strategy here, I move those pairs over to the next month. By the law of average, you're going to be able to track those pairs down. So when you need to find a pair or match up pairs to play, you can look at it at a glance and know what pair it is to play. Same way here. Code number 3 is code numbers. When I had code numbers, I couldn't figure out where to play the number at. If it was code, what good it was going to do me if I didn't know where to play it at. So let's say the 744 here that came. I mark off the 7, and I mark off the 4 in the middle and the 4 on the end, because I took 0 to 9, 3 columns, and ran them down. And any time I would know what position that number didn't fall in, and whatever position. If I plan, like say this 1, 2, 3 again, if I plan this 1, 2, 3, and I marked off, and in the end of month 2 hadn't fell in the front spot, I'm automatically gonna move that 2 and play. I'm still gonna play the 1, 2, 3, but I'm also gonna play 2, 3, 1 and 2, 1, 3. It wouldn't make sense not to. All at a glance, because I can track it. And at the end of the month, if you got all of them marked off, fine. Then you're just gonna start over again. But I call 777s because for 2 months, 7 hadn't failed for 2 months. And I'm telling you that you start seeing real TV. This is real TV here, tracking real numbers. You'll be able to read the numbers. And that third month, I played 777s because I knew 7s had to fall and double 7s had to fall too. And they came, 777s, and I caught them pretty good. That's why I'm saying the importance of tracking your own numbers. No guesswork. Okay, here, strategy number 4, this is a yearly sheet here. And that's tracking the front pairs and back pairs. At all times, I know where my front pairs and back pairs stand. Just like this 744, these numbers at the top are the same as the numbers at the bottom. This 744, I'll mark off that 74, and then I go to here and mark off the 44. This is a yearly sheet. At the end of the year and throughout the year, I always know if a 35, that 74 hadn't failed all year, or get toward the end of the year, that 74 ain't failed. You know what number I'm going to put on front of my numbers, don't you? 74 something, 740, 741, 742, 74. If I'm running down a 74, and I find out a pair, 74 pair, 47 pair, ain't failed. All at a glance. All at a glance. All right, you're just putting the fish in the pond. And the hook is the law of average. Yeah. Okay. So that's why I say play them till they come, make that money, y'all. All right. Okay. 3, 4. Yeah, we went over everything here. This here is another strategy I came up with. What I did, I put all the doubles together so at a glance I would know what pair or is opposite hadn't failed. So like the 744 that came, what I would do, match it here, 7 with my 744, my eyes. 1, 2, 3, the 300 is under, no, 744. Give me a minute here. It's right here. There it is, on the end. It's so pretty and clear, because I guess I hadn't touched it in a while. It must not been in a while. But here it is right here. These are pairs, the 229, the 992, 774, and the 447. They pairs. But they also mirrors or opposite of each other, because the 2 can be a 7, 7 can be a 2, and 9 can be a 4, 4 can be a 9. So at a glance, I know if a double pair or is opposite, the mirror hadn't failed. So say, and this is a yearly chart you're doing. Say, for instance, that the pair of the 229 and 992 hadn't failed. I'll carry that over to the next year. I'll be looking at those numbers to play. Or say it's opposite, the 229 and the 774. The opposite hadn't played. I look to be looking to carry them over and look to put them on my bucket list as a number to play. Or say you're looking and you find that 3 of these columns in any spot, say these 3 here didn't fall. Let's see, this one here didn't fall, this one here didn't fall, and this one here. Normally, on average in a year, I find maybe 3, at the most maybe 4 columns that won't fall. But that's cool because I know which ones wasn't. I know they mirrors that didn't fall all at a glance, and I'm definitely carrying them over to the next year because this works by law of rotation. Remember, in law of average, it takes 3 to 4 years for these 1,000 numbers to rotate out. So at a glance, I already know what doubles I'm going to play that following year. I used to start over from scratch. That's where I was messing up trying to catch the numbers. Then I realized that the numbers that wasn't playing the year before was playing the next year and the year after that. And that's how I started catching them. And that's when I realized that there's no next day numbers. You're going to have to track the numbers down, start your bucket list, learn your numbers, and see how they start reading the numbers, because you'll be able to read them. Then you start hitting them numbers. Okay? Because you're gonna see them. All right, family. That's it for today. So like I always say, play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Love, peace, and happiness. God bless.